Okay, this is Traveling Aways. I'm Andy, episode 2. And I didn't see anything that was making the weird noise that I heard, so this will be an ongoing thing. I thought something it might be, I have some hardware to tie my boat to. Thought maybe that was it. So I took it out. I don't hear anything. I took off my boat racks and everything too, so that it could be quieter with better fuel economy. So anyways, hopefully that's not a bad omen. And I think to start episode 2, we'll talk about all the other things that could go wrong for my car. Notably, there's 2 things that slightly worry me, and it's been a very long time before I've actually, or since I've driven a long ways in this car. It has been since the start of the summer that I've driven more than an hour in it. I'm not that worried, but I'm slightly apprehensive. So we'll talk about things in order of importance, least to greatest. Well, I'm gonna say least was that noise I just heard. I think I fixed it. Second most important is the front skid plate on my car always comes off a little. I've never had it come off all the way. It's a little off right now, but I think it should be fine. Important number 1, the biggest important thing, I'm having trouble talking because I got distracted by my car making distressing noises. But the big thing that concerns me slightly is, and I feel like we've talked about this before, I've been having some really weird brake noises. The braking feels fine, it feels good, but at the start of the summer I was having some pretty terrible once per rev noises. The last time I drove the car 4 or 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours, right in the middle of it, it had a noise that came, and I'm not even liking talking about this because it's not been happening, and like I talked about it so much when it was happening, I got sick of describing it because it was frustrating. But it was a once per rev knocking. I believe that the brake disc would get a little rust or something on it, and the brakes were simultaneously, they had the trouble that they were getting a little rusty and they weren't completely letting go of the tire. The disc, right? So those 2 things together would make a really loud knocking noise. I took it into the shop. They charged me for the time, but they said we lubed up the pins a bit, but we think your brakes are fine. So if I'm thinking about it this much, I should probably just get them replaced, but you know, what can you do? Anyways, so if I start getting some really bad knocking, I'll probably just push through while occasionally checking the heat in my tire. So we'll hope that goes okay, right? That stresses me out actually more than I say, but what can you do, right? A car is a car, so you need to use it like a car, and I don't think it'll have a problem. Like, I actually truly don't think it will be a problem. It just concerns me that it might be. So. Anyways, what else is new? Oh, and you'd like this. I got some sweet sunglasses. These ones are orange. They're by Gooder. These are actually their BFG model. Couldn't imagine what it stands for. But they're bigger, so that's good. Yeah. These ones, they all have really funny names. These ones are called Orange Crush Rush. The last ones I got had the name Hercules. Oh, that's embarrassing. Poseidon's New Wave Movement. So they've got weird names. They look like they're fun glasses. They're all polarized. So that's good. Oh, ho, ho. This is a big thing. Sorry, we haven't talked in a while, so I'm trying to think of everything. I don't know if you can see, and it might not look so good because I just did it really quick, but I have been growing out my hair, and I've got a man bun right now. Pretty proud, pretty proud. Can you see? Maybe. I need to look straight ahead for most of the drive, at least a majority of the time. So you probably won't see it. Maybe you can see it right now, I don't know. But I have a man bun, that's exciting. Oh, it's a Husky Motors car. Well, it's a Michigan Tech car. I don't know if it's Husky Motors. What's this here? What else is new? Just trying to churn through everything that you might find interesting. But, you know, enough about me. Tell me about you. Have you been doing stuff? Feel free to talk. I can't hear you for some reason, but it's fine. I'm listening. In person, I'm a much better listener, I promise. Let's see what we can talk about. I went backpacking last weekend. That was pretty cool. It's getting kind of cloudy. I might need to take off my glasses. So. Yeah, when I was backpacking, it was really cool. So we went to this place called Horseshoe Bay. I went with two of my friends that backpack a fair amount, and then one of my friends that has never backpacked before. That was Lily, and that was pretty awesome. She's a good backpacker. That'll be good. I really enjoyed the trip though. It was in Cygnus. You could actually see the Mackinac Bridge for like the entirety of the hike almost. We hiked out to a shoreline and this bay. You could see the bridge poking out over the mountains in the bay, which was really cool. I like that I could see the Mackinac Bridge, and I actually bought a patch after the hike of the Mackinac Bridge to commemorate the backpacking experience. I was going to buy a patch for every time I went backpacking, but it's been hard to find patches. So that was a really good hike. It was all shoreline hiking. Shoreline hiking is pretty tough stuff. And a lot of it we waded through the water, which I have a bit of trouble with because I don't like how that feels on my feet. I really don't like the rocks, and it's just a lot of feeling, and the slime. No, don't like it. But luckily, the day that we were waiting, so we were out for 3 days and 2 nights, and we did a base camp and then hiked out farther one of the days. So that was really good. I didn't need to wade in the water with a backpacking bag, which is really good. Backpacking through water is a bad day. It's a really bad day. So I was really grateful to not have to do that. I have had to do that before during a trip. It was kind of miserable. Of course, that trip was miserable for a lot of reasons that I don't want to recall right now. One of the cool things about the trip, though, so my friend who had never done backpacking before, she had a mentor, we'll say, lend her a lot of backpacking stuff. And one of the things that she had was a backpacking towel, but it was like a really large one. A lot of backpackers will have one that's the size of a washcloth. And I kind of thought, like, what the heck are you doing with a backpacking towel? Like such a large one, right? Extra large size. Like, I'm not really sure that that makes a lot of sense. How often do you towel yourself off backpacking? Like, what, if you have a sun shower, maybe after you shower, but even that, it's like, I don't know, is it worthwhile? Wait, I never thought it was, and I never bought a towel. And this trip, I actually brought a microfiber cloth as a towel replacement to see if I got any use out of it, and I didn't touch it once. But my friend, she actually was sent with a towel in the backpacking gear, and funnily enough, she like really put it to good use. She was using it all the time. I was like kind of jealous. around the fire. She'd have it around her feet to keep the black flies off because they were biting sometimes. Not terrible, but pretty bad sometimes. She would use it to keep the sun off of her shoulders at times. I feel like I saw her holding that blanket towel thing a lot. And a lot of times I thought, boy, if I had one, I'd be doing the same thing. So I actually bought one. Not exactly what she had. She had a pink one. We were gonna buy it from that company. That was a Mountain Hardware, maybe. But that company didn't have very good selection. I'm an REI member, so I actually got a towel from REI. And I have it here, funnily enough. It is mineral blue, and it is absolutely massive. I was very excited about it. I got an extra large because I saw her using it all the time on the last trip. I'm slightly concerned that I might have gone overboard. Extra large is very large. But you know, I'll try it on my next backpacking trip. Maybe it'll be as useful as it looked like it was for her. If you're wondering, what is a backpacking towel? They're made of different materials that absorb a lot of water and dry faster. Kind of like ShamWow, except not that nice. Or maybe I've never owned a ShamWow. But, you know, I'm hoping that towel serves me well. If I could just use it as my like traveling beach towel, backpacking towel, everything that's not at home towel, basically, I would love that. My old beach towel I actually bought from an estate sale. You can let that sink in. And I was very young when that happened. Maybe 7 or 8, I think. So, yeah. Sorry, what? Oh, geez, I'm running over on your time. I'm sorry about that. It's like too long of a time. Anyways, it's been good to be driving with you. I'm glad the camera hasn't mysteriously cut out like it did last time. Because I can't fix that right now since I'm on the road. I need to be at home with my computer to fix that. So, anyways, cheers. It's been good. And I will talk to you again in the next episode. Drive safe. Don't text and drive. I don't know.